Here comes the sun, little darling.
Our house was built in 1925 before solar panels were thought of, and the midday sun is right on the corner of the house. So the panels going to the morning sun are on one roof, and further round at right angles the panels pick up the afternoon sun, which was a very clever innovation in the way they put the panels on. One of several examples of how the solar team overcame the problems to give us a good system. We had a clear explanation of how it was all going to work. Ben's team were very clear at explaining things to us. Here's the stuff we don't have to worry about, but because we've got two different arrays on the two different roofs, there are two different inverters and the insulators to make it safe, so that we can switch off the direct current and the supply. While we were fitting the solar panels, we took the opportunity to fit a new consumer unit, which is good because it has some spare capacity for the future. The whole board's a lot tidier than it was before, and here's the all-important unit that gives us a digital readout clearly showing us how much electricity we've generated, i.e. how much money we've made. The technical knowledge was excellent. We've understood the safety, and we were plainly dealing with people who wanted to do a good job and to understand how that needed to happen. And we caught up in the fascination of what we're embarking on. For instance, we've just fitted LED lights in this area because it saves energy. We've insulated the loft more, and we now have a snug, self-sufficient house, and we understand how the system works, and the checks arrive regularly. The install team were great, they were really friendly, and we enjoyed having them here. We had scaffolding up, of course, which is some disruption, and we took the opportunity to do other things like mending the chimneys and the gutter and so on. And it was a fun time actually working with them. They ensured that we understood how to monitor the performance of the system, because there are various ways of doing it. There are indicators on the stuff in the loft, but there's this little chap, also solar powered, which is interesting. It tells us it tells what the weather was like day by day, but it also clearly tells us how much electricity we've generated in the last month, weeks, year. And so we can tell what's happening. The way these two arrays in our particular case have been linked together has worked fine. This tells us that the transition as the sun goes round captures it well. It's performing excellently. So after sales service and overall performance, they looked after us very well. They show an interest in the system. You get the impression that they're keen to know how it's working, compare it with other systems, and so definitely 10 out of 10 for the help they've given us.
Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright.